Yeah, thank you. So you will click on a folder called course documents. There's a link on the left-hand side called course documents, and inside course documents, you will then click on SQL scripts and entity relationship diagram. When you do that, look at the second picture. This is the database that will be created. This will be the database that will be created once you have your entire script executed. Now have a look at this particular entity relationship diagram. As you can see, it has 8 tables, and these tables are connected with primary keys and foreign keys. And this script will not only give you the database tables, but will also populate it with data. Okay. There is one table in this entity relationship diagram that is connected with another table, but not through primary key, foreign key. Which table is that?
I'm confused if it's the order items table or the books table.
No, order items has an ISBN, right? That's a foreign key. Yeah.
Promotion table.
Promotion table, exactly. Promotion table doesn't has any relationship with any table. It's just like the retail value in the books table falls within certain ranges, which we have called min and max retail. And based on the range, gifts will be given out to the people during the promotional time. So yeah, otherwise all of the tables are linked with primary key, foreign key. Okay, which tables have multiple primary keys?
Orders table.
Orders has only one primary key, which is order number.
Order items.
Okay.
Order items, yes.
Book
Book
author.
author.
And book author, right, exactly. And the relationship between book author and books and author, is that a strong relationship or weak relationship?
If I don't know, should I answer or can I guess?
I think it's weak.
Okay. Tony, what do you say?
I was gonna think it was strong.
Of course.
It is strong. The reason is because the foreign keys are also primary keys. ISBN and author ID are foreign keys in book author, but their combination is what's make each entry unique.
To be fair, that's not why I thought that.
Okay. So the ISBN
Thanks,
and
Tony.
author ID basically allow you to link multiple authors for the same book through that table, because it would have the same ISBN number, but author ID will be, different. So a combination of them, I could query that table and I can pull out which authors wrote which book, or which book has what are the names of the authors for a book. So that table will help me do that. Similarly, order items is connected to order table, and on the other end, it's connected to the order, to the books table. The order items and book have a weak relationship, right? Because the ISBN is a foreign key and is only foreign key. But the orders and order items have a strong relationship, because order number, even though it's a foreign key, but it's also a primary key. In the customers table, there is one field which can be used for cyclical relationships. Which field is that?
Would that be referred?
Yes, because people who have referred this customer are also customers. So you can go to the referred column and grab the customer number, come back to the customer column, and that's how you can identify which customer was referred by which customer. So when we do that activity where we are doing a table getting joined back to itself, which is called a self join, that's when we will be able to see that's happening. Any questions about this database? I made some changes in this database when I'm giving you out the script. Some of the tables, see, when I originally made the script available, I was not teaching all the classes. For example, RPG was taught by Jim. Alan was teaching some of the other classes. So to avoid name conflict, for some of the commonly used table names, I added some initials to it to avoid any kind of confusion, because Jim was using some kind of an airplane database. Has Alan talked to you guys about that in Advanced RPG?
Yeah, we use the airplane base all
Right,
the time. Yeah.
right. So I wasn't sure what tables he had, so that's why, to avoid any conflict, I basically added some initials to some of the tables. So you'll see that when you open this book script.sql within the V2 Cloud. So you will not open this by double clicking on it. By default, it will go to your downloads folder. Do not double click open it, because when you try to double click on it, it will try to connect you to SQL Server and try to open it from within the SQL Server. See, it even says under the type that it's a SQL Server query file. So don't do that. Rather, what you will do is, that's why I ask you to open Run SQL Script. So you will click File, Open, PC File. And then you will go to the Downloads folder. That's where you'll find your book script, and you will open it.
You say go where?
After you download,
Yeah.
do you have the Run SQL Script open?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you click File, Open, and click PC File.
PC file.
And then you click your Downloads folder. And then in the Downloads folder, you should be able to find it and hit Open.
Got it.
Now, as you notice, the first two lines, that's where I use some initials YS, because I didn't know if customers and orders were the tables already students were working with. So that's why I added those initials there. But anyway, before you even run this script, you would have to change the name of the schema, because I wrote it for my schema. So how you gonna change this name? You click the edit menu and you click on find and replace. In the edit menu, click find and replace. In the find box, type Yusuf S, And in the replace box, type your schema, which would be ITPA and whatever your digits are. And then hit replace all.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What was the hotkey for this? Or it's not working.
The hotkey
I'm
for
sorry, shortcut key. for that.
shortcut is Control H.
Then you typed use.
Under find, I
Yeah, no,
type
I got that.
use
Yeah,
of S, and in the replace with you type your schema, and then you hit replace all, and it should probably tell you, you know, a few hundred of them, like 300 or something, replacements took place.
so my schema is my user, or
Exactly.
what would,
Exactly. Your IBM user ID is the name of your schema as well.
and I'm only replacing Yusuf dot?
No, no, no. Use of S. Oh,
Yeah.
not the dot. Dot
Okay,
has to
cool.
be there. Yeah. Yeah. The
Hey,
dot.
Saad, sorry, the file you had us download, it is not showing up in my download. Like when I open my download file through the Explorer, it's there. But when I do my open through SQL, it is not there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Okay, let me answer Amka first. Amka, I just gave a random number. I mean, I was just like, you know, it probably is 147. And for Josh, I would have to ask you to share your screen.
like real quick, the script we were downloading from Blackboard was called a textbook database script, right?
No, it's called book script.
Ooh,
script.
okay. Oh, I found it. Never mind. We're good.
Okay.
I was downloading the wrong one.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
And then we just had to change Yusuf S to R ITPA.
Correct.
Okay.
There are actually 338 lines at all, you know, but you know, of course, the occurrence of use of S is 147. Okay. Now, why do I have the drop table commands on the first 8 lines? One of the reasons is because sometimes you already have a table created. So if the table is already there and you try to create it, it will give you an error. So a lot of the SQL scripts, they first make you delete existing tables in case if you have any by that name. So it's quite possible when you will run the first command, it will fail and will tell you object not found. Good. That means you do not have the table. Then move on to the second one. So first, you run each of the 8 lines one by simply selecting it and clicking on the third hourglass, which says run selected. If the table is not there, it will tell you object not found. So don't get panicked. It means you're fine. Move on to the next one. If it is there, it will just delete that object. So first run the first 8 lines one by one. And let me clear your feedback. So when you are done with the first 8 lines, give me a feedback.
So we find and replace Yusuf with our IFTPA, right?
Yeah, use of S with your ITPA 4 digits, right?
And replace all of them?
Yes, and then you hit replace all. Correct. So 147, some replacements will take place.
The first one I ran is failed already.
Yeah. So as I said, if it fails, that means you do not have the table. Move on to the next line.
Okay.
Okay. The only thing we are making sure is that when we start running the rest of the script, there are no hiccups.
I'm sorry, so I know it's probably the third time you've said this, but How are we changing all of the Yusuf S's throughout the SQL? I just heard you say it.
Okay, I went to edit menu and I clicked on find and replace.
Okay, okay,
I wrote Yusuf S under find and
got it.
TPA, whatever, and then I hit replace all.
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Out of all of them, I got two that ran.
Say that again, Desmond.
Out of the 8, I have 2 of them that ran. So I must
Okay,
have
okay,
the sound.
that's fine, that's fine. As long as we are sure that if there was anything with that exact same name, got deleted.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
if we would run the rest of the script and something fails in the middle, then a lot of the stuff could get goofed up. So we're just making sure that everybody is able to run. So I'm still waiting for Emka and Cole, Robert, and okay, so everybody got that. Cool. Now you click on line number 10. And then you use the following keyboard shortcut: Control, Shift, End. Control, Shift, End. That will select everything from line 9 down. So first make sure you are on line number 9, on line number, or line 10, doesn't matter. But if you're on line 10, make sure you are at the beginning of line 10. Then you use that keyboard shortcut.
I don't think it allows us to do that in the V2. Or at least it didn't allow me. It just made me pop up a new browser tab.
Yeah, it's the shortcut for opening a incognito tab.
It
For
worked for
Chrome.
me.
Yeah, it worked for me too. It's Control, Shift,
Oh,
End. Not
End.
End.
And yeah, not and END.
Oh, sorry. I was
End?
mishearing you.
The word end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I did the same thing with the the window popped up, and then I did it with the N.
so Control, Shift.
Y'all just trying to be incognito over there.
So once you select everything with Control, Shift, End, then you hit that last hourglass symbol and let the whole script run.
This is cool. It's kind of satisfying to watch.
So at work, for one of the companies, we have a script that takes 22 minutes to run, give or take. I think it's give or take by a second because a little screen pops up at the end that says how long it took.
Hmm.
It's
That's
massive
pretty
though.
cool.
There's like over 6.5 million records in the
Oh.
database. So yeah,
Oh,
there's a lot. But yeah, so yeah, it takes I think it's like 22 or 23 minutes to run.
I'm
Amazing.
curious as to how they how that kind of a computer system works compared to one of our personal desktop systems.
I mean, it's a server. It's probably got, 2 or 3 CPUs, probably 10 plus, RAM sticks, and it's just, a bunch of hard drives, and it's just meant to just hold information.
And when
That would be my guess.
That's pretty crazy.
when the script is done running, you can hit File and hit the Save button so that you have your script saved to your V2 Cloud session with all the changes you have made. Just in case if anything goes wrong and you want to rerun part of the script, you would have it there. You can just go there and run that part of the script.
It's not working for me.
Okay, share your screen with me.
What did you say?
Share your screen with me. I think you might have messed up on your replace all command. See, you wrote IPTA. It is ITPA. Right? So go to the very first line. And then, no, don't select it. Just put your insertion point at the beginning of the first line. Okay, now go to edit, find and replace. And then in the find what you write IPTA 497. IPTA, write the wrong one that you have right now. Don't write ITPA. And then in the replace, type the correct one. Amka, don't do anything except for save the file after you do that. Okay, now, Victor, you run the first 8 instructions one by one. Okay, now click on line number 10, Control Shift End. No, Control Shift End. I don't think so. You're following that, Victor.
Control Shift and
End, END, end.
yeah.
Yeah. You
On
have
my
to
keyboard-
you have to press and hold Control and Shift and End. All 3 of them. You have to keep holding all 3 of them.
on my keyboard it has 2 ends. It's like the south going or
Okay.
number 1.
Okay, so I don't know your keyboard, so you got to figure out which end to click.
All right. I'll try figuring it out.
No. I cannot let you try figure it out because the rest of the 15 for like 10 weeks are dependent on this. So try to select it with your mouse if that's what's working for you. Press and hold your left click and scroll down. No. What did you do, man? Hit Control Z. I don't know what you did. Hit Control Z. Okay. Now, oops. Okay. Hit Control Y.
5.
No, Control Y. Y as in Yusuf. Okay, cool. You know what? I'm requesting to take control of your computer. See, I got it selected.
Thank you.
Mhm. I've give up the control, so you should have the control back.
Okay.
So this is pretty neat in Zoom that it, you can take control and then you can then do stuff and give the control back. Anyway. So once it runs, make sure you hit file and save to save your book script. And leave your book script open. Do not close your book script. And right underneath the file, you'll see a little white color paper. Click on that, and that will open a new script, okay? So you have a new script file open. In the new script, type select star from promotion.
Can you show me how you did a new script?
Under the file menu, do you see a little white icon?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Click that. It'll open a new script. And then type select star from promotion and run it just so that you can see what data is available to you under the promotion. Okay, everybody was able to see this?
No, I have errors for some reason. Didn't type anything wrong. My other script ran completely fine.
Okay, share your screen, please. Okay, how about you go back to the book script, click File, Open. And yeah, no, hit no. And then open that book script. Okay, oh, you ran the wrong one. You ran the examples table. You were supposed to run the book script. So can you open a Blackboard again?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. The book script is above that, right?
Ha.
All the way to the top. No. Again,
No.
you're picking the wrong file. Can you hit the back button? Okay. Scroll to the you see book. No. Yeah, that guy. Yes, you need to download that one.
All right.
And then go back to run SQL script. And then click File, Open, and open, yeah, book script. And then you go to Edit, Find, Replace, or Control H, whatever you want to do. Find and replace, and then Yusuf S. and ITPA in. Okay, and replace all. Okay. Now you run each one of those first 8 lines.
Can I run them all at once?
Well, the problem is if one of them fail, it will not gonna run the others.
Fair enough.
So that's why I ask everybody to run. And one of the other reasons I call this one customers YS and orders YS, because I think the other script I have, which Tony already ran, it also has a customer stable. And for those of you who did not run that script yet, eventually you also would have to run that script. Oh, no, don't do anything, Tony. We're not done yet. Hit cancel. Okay. Okay, just let me finish and then I will tell you what to do, okay? So all of you would have to eventually run the other script as well, because that is something that you guys will also be needing to take care of. Anyway, so you can run this first, Tony. Okay. And then once everything runs successfully, then save this file. And then once you're done saving this file, then open a new one.
Cool.
Okay.
You want me to stop sharing?
No. I took care of that.
Thank you, by the way. I'm sorry for
No, no,
not paying
that's,
attention properly.
that's fine. I mean, like you ran a script that eventually, everybody had to run anyway, the other one as well, because your finals and your midterms will be based on that script. Or, at least final will be based on that script. So eventually you guys would have to create that database as well. So please make sure that you run select start from promotion and run it so that you can see the data here. If I want, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you think they have a promotion coupon in there for that 42-inch monitor you want?
So now if I want to see only one particular field, I could replace the asterisk with a field name and then run it, and it will only give me that particular field, which is gift in this case. If I want to add another field, let's say min retail, then it will also give me that field. So it's up to me how many fields I want to add to my select. Also, the sequence of the field do not need to match the sequence of the fields in the table. For example, in the table, the min retail is after gift name, but in my selection, I can basically decide to display gift after min retail, and I can do that. I could change my sequence. But that doesn't mean the actual table sequence is changed. It's only the data sequence for this particular query is changed. Okay. Everybody got this done?
Nah, wait, 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Next, I would like to delete from promotion where gift equals to book marker. When I run this query, why does it say that 0 rows were affected when there was a book marker in the gift?
Was the case different?
Very good. The character data is case sensitive. Okay. So if you write book marker in all lowercase, it will not have a match. How about if I try to write some of it in uppercase and some of it in lowercase, and that will still come back and say 0 rows affected because it needs exact match. Character field is the only field, or variable character or any kind of character field is the only field that requires an exact match. So now let me type it all uppercase. Book marker.
I'm sorry, is there a way to put comments in? Is
Yeah,
there like
yeah, there is. In order for you to write comments, you write 2 hyphens.
okay, thank you.
And you can write 2 comments anywhere. It's just like anywhere you write, it's a single line. It's all the way through the end, that'll be a comment. Anything to the left of it will not going to be a comment. So when I run this command, it will now tell me that 1 row was deleted. So if I do a select star from promotion, now it tells me that one row is gone. So where clause is how you can filter how you want to delete stuff. If you do not use a where clause, then everything could get deleted. So if I want to delete from promotion, where max retail is greater than 56.01, then only one row gets deleted. And that's the one that had the max retail that was greater than that amount, and that's gone. If I want to delete all the data from promotion, then I'll simply type this, delete from promotion, and I hit, and it says all rows deleted. So if I run it now, the table is empty.
Bye, Pat.
Excuse me?
See you later, Pat.
Sorry about that, everyone. My girlfriend's mom was leaving. My bad. My bad.
You scared me. I was like, what's going on? Oh.
I just told her everyone in my class says goodbye too.
So now you will see that all the data is deleted. And what we can do is we can go back to, what you may call it, the ACS window. I can find my ACS window. Okay, here's my ACS window. If I click on Run SQL Scripts again, it will open up another window without closing the one that I was working with. Okay. So if
We did a new again.
yeah, so but we now need both of the windows open. So do not go to new, because that will try to replace your existing one.
So how do I open it?
So go to the ACS, and
Mhm.
then click on Run SQL Scripts.
Okay.
That will open another window. Okay. Now in this new window that got opened, now click File, Open, PC File, and open the book script again. Okay. Now scroll down to the bottom of the book script, and you will see the promotion table. You should see that there are 4 records of promotion table. Those are the last things. Select them and run them again, because we deleted all the records. We want to restore them back. So just run the 4 inserts for promotion. Those will be the last 4 instructions from line 328 through 338. Once you do that, you can close this book script and then run select star from promotion again, and you will see that the data is back. So that's one of the biggest advantage of having your script saved. If you delete something, you can always restore it back.
Pretty cool.
So now the next thing I want everybody to do is, again, back in the Blackboard. Now I want you to run the second script, which is textbooks database script. Click that, download, open it and run SQL script, change the schema and the whole 9 yards, the same stuff. A couple of you might have already done that, like Tony already did that, but the rest of you did not do that. So do that now. And I will stop sharing and I will
Which
put
one is it again?
feedback. It is the one right below the entity relationship diagram. It is the one that says textbook database script. That one.
Okay.
Okay. And give me a check once you guys are done running the script.
The one says final exam script, right?
When you download it, it will say
Yeah.
final exam script. Correct, that one.
How do you open it after you download it?
You open a new SQL window by going to the ACS window and pressing the run SQL scripts, and then you open the PC file.
Exactly the same way that you did the last one.
Okay.
That you click the file menu and then hit open PC file and then you locate that. Yeah, the same process. Any questions, Jack Clear? You put a little X there.
Wait, My line 179 got error.
Okay, okay, Jack Clear is also getting error on line 179.
I think you have to change it from customers to customer final, because the table that's
The
created
name
is
is different.
customer final, yeah. And then it'll do it again for an employee, so you just add final and then it'll go. So just run it from that line again, or like from the line that you're getting the error.
Thank you.
No problem. It took me aback for a second, and then I like scrolled back up, and I didn't see a customers, but I saw a customer final, so I figured that was probably it.
What did you say? How did he change it, sir?
So on the line where it's erroring, is that showing? You said it was 179.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
179 stop.
So you know how it says references and then your ITPA number dot customers?
Right.
Put final with a capital F as in Frank right after customers.
Okay, okay, so
And then-
179
Yeah.
is basically
Yeah, the name is
oh,
different.
here, yeah, so so customers,
Employee is
customer,
different
yeah.
too.
Customers should be customers final, and yes, and which line is the employees?
180 something. No,
No, okay, customers final. And employees should be 184, right?
yeah, 184.
Okay, and then after that, you just rerun from line number 176 onwards.
I'm getting an error at the beginning on my alter table.
On line 176?
No, no, I apologize. At line 19, like right at the beginning.
Line number 19.
I'm gonna run it again and see. Yeah, well, okay, so it's already created, so that's why that failed.
Okay.
So-
Tony, didn't you already run this stuff? Or you-
No, I
no.
hadn't had this downloaded. That
Oh.
was the last.
Okay,
Oh, maybe I need to drop customers table. No.
why don't you start running through your drops first?
Okay.
And then maybe you want to. And in the meanwhile, you know what? Let me maybe update this.
The one at 99, you said to change the employee final to. Is that what you guys said?
Yeah, employees final. Yes, on line 184, correct.
No, the one at 99, it stopped at 99 for me again.
So after we do all of the drop tables, are we supposed to do the create table and then the alter and then all the inserts, or?
Yeah, so once you are done with all your drops. Oops, hold a second. Okay. Let me open it again. So once you are done with all your drops, then you start doing the same thing. You do like Control Shift End from line 9 all the way to the bottom. And yeah, and make sure that you fix the lines 179 and 184. 179 should be customers final, and 184 should be employees final. I did not put the word final there. Forgot to do that, but yeah.
Can you scroll up to line 20 whenever you get a moment? So I'm getting an error on line 19, 20, 21.
What is the error?
It is saying customers PK already exists. An attempt was made to create it.
Exactly. So that means the object already exists. Did you tried dropping the customer's final table? I mean,
Yeah,
like
I just dropped them all. I ran through all of that and then tried to rerun through 10.
Okay,
So I selected line 10 and pressed the hotkey. So I selected the rest of it, tried to run it. It errored out right at 19 saying,
okay, you know what, let me, can you share your screen so I can,
Of
I can
course.
walk you through
Sorry,
the way
guys.
that way. Okay, so how about you run line number 1, just run line number 1. Okay, so, okay, now hold on a second, don't do anything. Now run line number 2. Okay, now run lines 10 through 17. Okay, now run line 19 through 21. Okay, now the thing is this, that you just, okay, hold on a second. Can you scroll up just a little bit? Okay. Customer ID underscore PK already exists. Okay. Okay, try calling it PK2. And then try to run this. Okay, now, go ahead and click Control-Shift-End, press Control-Shift-End and run all.
I should be good now.
Did you make those 2 fixes on 179 and 184? Oh, hold on a second, it's failing somewhere. Yeah, try adding 2 as there as well.
I'm just gonna do 3.
Or
Just for
3, yeah, I mean, like, doesn't matter. Okay.
if this is all I'm gonna have to do, I think I'm gonna be good. So you guys can keep going.
Okay, Devin, Victor, and Jack, you guys doing okay?
Is there a way to do the shift control and
It's Control-Shift-End.
is there another way?
The other way, the problem is the other way is select all, and you don't have to do select all. That is the keyboard shortcut to select everything from where you are till the end.
Why can't you just click and drag?
Well, you know what? He did that and he messed up the whole script. So I just,
Oh,
so that's why I don't want him to do that again.
The second hourglass should allow you to run from that script you're selecting all the way to the end.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, right? So when you look at your hourglass, click on the second hourglass to see what it does.
Mine is still erroring out at 99. Can I show you that? Because I try to change one thing in there.
Can you share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Greg.
No problem.
Can you scroll up for me in the error window? Not that much. Okay. Okay. Can you scroll up again a little bit? Looks like it already has a primary key. Can you scroll all the way to the top to the very first line? Okay. Can you select line number 5 and run it? Yes. Okay, now scroll down to line number 95. Okay, now select 85 through 97. Select 85. No, from the beginning.
Ah, my bad. 97, you said?
No, yeah, no, you missed 85. So you select from 85 through 97.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start from the bottom.
Okay. Okay, now run that. Okay, now run 99 through 101.
101.
Okay. Now go ahead and click that middle hourglass symbol. Okay. Can you scroll down, please? Okay, just wait here. I want you to scroll up in the error window, please. Okay, so since you already, did you ran this before? Is this the second time you're running it? Right?
Yeah, but it didn't get all the way down here, so
It might,
I tried to run the whole thing like we were doing,
okay,
and it stopped at 99.
can you run lines 151 through 153? Let's see what that says. Okay. Can you scroll all the way to the top again? And can you run line 6? Now go back to line 143. Okay, keep going down a little bit. Okay, run 143 through 149. Okay, now run 153 through 151.
153, 151.
Okay, now you can go back to line 154
Okay.
and click the middle hourglass symbol. Okay, now we got to do the same thing. We got to scroll up to the top first. And we got to hit run line number 2, orders final. I think that's the one that's failing, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, now scroll down back to whichever line. I forgot what line was that.
I want to say it was 154.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit more, Okay, so that's 170 through 163. Run that. Okay, now click on line 171 and click the middle hourglass symbol. Okay, now replace that with employees final on line 184. Type employees final. Okay, now place your insertion point on line 180.
180.
Yeah, and then click on the middle hourglass symbol.
I think you put the capital I know.
That doesn't matter. The names are not case sensitive. I think it ran all the way
Yeah.
through. You're fine. Okay.
Thank you.
You guys will not gonna read, I mean, like, need this script until probably rarely during the class, but it is something that you will definitely need for your final exam. So that's why I wanted everybody to have those tables created. So, think about running into this problem during final, right? Okay, so everybody got to create this, the final exam script? No child left behind, right? Okay. MCOM, you can go ahead and use it. I don't know if you already used it while I was helping.
No,
Does
I didn't want it to like miss it because after he's done, you're gonna say something else, and I'm like, oh, you know.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will mainly be working with this guy. So, I mean, like, one of the
You
most,
share your screen?
oh, I did not, sorry. I'm gonna share. Thank you. Okay, so this entity relationship diagram is what we'll be mainly working with. And this entity relationship diagram, we will be using with our select, with our other commands that we're going to be doing besides select. We're going to be using our stored procedures or views or indexes or whatever, I mean, like, till the end of this course, this will be our main database that we'll be working with. Even for your homework assignment, the problems will be given to you where you will be solving problems on this database. Okay. So that's why I wanted to take time and make sure that everybody has it so that you do not have any hiccups during the week while you are trying to work with your homework assignments. You guys can save this script that we will be working in today's class if you guys want to save it. I don't know if you guys, or do you guys save your weekly scripts?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, I want you guys to one by one do select star from on each of these tables, just so that you get a little bit more familiar with the data. And again, remember, this is customers YS.
What did I miss?
No, I just asked everybody to do a select star from in each one of the tables, just like we did on the promotion.
Okay.
So remember, when you're doing select star from customers, remember it has customers YS, and this is orders YS. All other tables are in their original names.
Only the customers and then orders.
All the tables. We only did the promotion before, right? Select star from promotion. Now I want you to do all other 7 tables so that you can see what data it has.
Is it books YS?
I don't think so. Hold on a second.
Is it just books?
Like,
think,
I don't
I
know.
It's
think
just books.
it is just books. Select star
Yeah, 'cause
from
my
books.
YS didn't work.
Yeah, your YS would only be for the two tables I said, orders and customers.
So we are taking the direct, like the literal names from the relational diagram on the Blackboard shell.
Yeah, yeah. This diagram is for that exact same database that I gave you.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if the
Yeah,
names
so
were
I just-
like letter for letter.
Yeah, I just changed two names, which were the customers and the orders. Those were the only two names that I changed. All of the names are exactly the way they are.
You said the type customers, select from custom.
No, the query goes like this, Desmond.
Oh.
You
select from.
already write select
Yep.
star from, and then you write the name of the table.
All right, gotcha.
So whenever you are done going over all the tables, give me a green check. Let me, clear the feedback. Some of this feedback is from before. So whenever you're done running select all from on the table, of all the tables. It is very important for you to be familiar with the database that you are working with, because then when you look at a problem statement, you know exactly where to go and look for it, or at least have some vague idea. That's why it's important for you to be familiar with the database that you will be working with, and also some of the data items. And you will see that all the character data that was entered in all the tables is in all uppercase. So that gives you some idea as to how the data entry was done. So when you're doing a query, you will make sure that you will always use uppercase for the character values. You know, those little things, they go a long way and help you, select data. All the dates are in ISO format. So I believe MCA is the only one still working on looking at the table data.
No, I did it already. I checked
Oh.
my framework.
Oh, I cleared everybody's problem. Okay, thank you. So, guys, what query should I write if I want to look at all the books titles only?
Probably select from.
No, select yes, but not from. yet.
Oh, then select
Title.
select
Correct.
title.
Title from, right, exactly, from books. Right. And then you run it, and that gives you all the titles. So for example, this query may not be asked in the same fashion. Somebody may ask you that, can you give me the list of all the books that you have? And that's what it translates into in an SQL. You know what I'm saying? How we say things not always are the ways things should be written in SQL, because the way we say things is in plain English, and the way you write SQL is based on your field names and your table names. So that is the relationship you have to learn to make if you want to be an SQL developer, be able to translate the human language into an equivalent SQL code. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, definitely. No, that does make sense. It's like the issue I've always had with word problems in math. It's like the way you'd write the equation is not the same as what they ask for, kind of thing.
Exactly. And for example, if somebody says, can you give me the list of all the books where their publication dates? So now you will go to the books table and you'll be like, okay, what is the field name for the title of the book? And you see, oh, okay, it's title. And which column holds the publication date? And you'll be like, oh, okay, that's pub date. So now you come back to your SQL statement and you're like, okay, I will display the title and the pub date and run it. And that will give me all the titles and their publication date. So this is how you try to look at the statement and then go back to your entity relationship diagram, locate, and then you run your stuff. Similarly, if somebody comes back to you and say, you know what, I want to see the list of all the books, and with every book, I want to see its category. Okay, so, like, okay, so you go back to your entity relationship diagram and you're like, okay, books have title, and that's how I can pull the list. And every book has a category, so I can pull it right from there and then. So you come here and you say, okay, I want to see all the titles along with their category names. And here you have a, here you have a output where each book is displayed along with its category.
So you can do Control R to run,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you can do the run from selected too. So that would have worked perfect if my constraints weren't created somehow already, but
Yeah.
that was really helpful.
Okay. Now somebody says, you know what? I want you to give me the ship state, or let me rather reword it. Okay. I want you to give me names of all the states where you guys have shipped. Okay. So the way it is sounding in English is, give me list of all the states where you have shipped. So I'm like, okay, where do I hold my order shipping state information? So I go to my entity relationship diagram, and which table has state information?
Orders table.
Orders table,
NYS.
exactly. Because the other one is customers, and the person never asked for customer state, asked for order state, and the field is called ship
Ship
state,
state.
right? So I come back and I said, okay, select
Ship state.
ship state from
Orders table. Orders.
remember we called it orders
YS.
YS. Okay, so just remember that we have a slightly different naming. And now when I do this, okay, and then it gives me all the states where we have shipped. However, the problem is there is a repeat, because if I have shipped to the same state multiple times, I'll have a repeat. So now if somebody says, you know what, give me list of all the states where you have shipped and make one modification, give me list of all this unique states, or in other words, can say, give me list of all the states without repeat where you have shipped. I mean, like, could be asking this question in different ways, that each ship state should only be listed once. So you will write the exact same query as before with one modification, that before the name of the ship state, you will use a keyword distinct. So what distinct keyword does when it is selecting through the list, it avoid duplicates. So when you run through this now, and you'll be like, okay, notice each state is only listed once. Similarly, if somebody comes to you and say, give me list of, or okay, or let me reword it differently. Tell me where your customers are coming from, or tell me which states your customers are coming from. I mean, I'm just using some basic lingo here. It could be written formally differently than what I'm using here. So what will you write here? First of all, you got to go to your entity relationship diagram and say, okay, my customers do have state information stored, and the name of my customers table is customers YS. So I got to select state from customers YS, but there's one problem. This will display duplicates, right? So when it says, tell me which state your customers are coming from, I could just pick state only once, and that's good enough. And I can basically run it and say, you know what, my customers are coming from the following states. Now, the question is, do any of your customers live in the state of Wisconsin? Oops. Now, I will still write the query exactly the same way, but I have to be careful about one thing. I know that I have to filter the data set because I'm looking for one particular state, and to
The
filter,
state equals Wisconsin.
I'm gonna write where state, but I'll still not gonna say equals to Wisconsin. I will first look at my data set and I'll see, okay, all the states that I've stored are 2 letters long, right? None of the states are fully spelled names. So what is the abbreviation for Wisconsin?
WI.
WI. And I'm also going to keep in mind that all the states are written in all caps. So when I'm doing this, I can't just write WI. I have to make sure that I enclose it in single quotes because it's a character data. And now I will run this query, and then I will come back and say, you know what, we do not have any customers living in Wisconsin. Because, you know, it's not like there's an error. It's just like, you know, it didn't find any matching records. Okay, is this all making sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Now, let's say, let's go back to the same query. Tell me which states Your customers are coming from change the column heading to customer states. Change the column heading to customer states. So you'll be like, okay, this is exactly what I will be writing, but I need to temporarily change the column heading. So how do you temporarily change the column heading? Before the from clause, you add the keyword as. And since this is a multi-word name, I will put that in double quotes. So now when I run this query, it will just temporarily display customer states. So I was able to change the name. Only for that particular run. It doesn't affect the actual name behind the scene. Now the same query can be written two different ways. I could write it like this, the way you're looking at it, seeing right now. Or I could write it like this, where I drop the keyword as. And this would also work exactly the same way. Again, SQL evolved over a period of time. So in the earlier editions of SQL, there were certain rules. In the later editions of SQL, there were some other rules. But when the later editions came, the older editions were not removed, because otherwise the SQL that's written before would fail. But it was just dictated that moving onwards, these are the standards that we will follow. The older standards are deprecated, but deprecated doesn't mean it will not work anymore. It doesn't mean that. Okay. I want to see the, let me write it so that, okay. I want to see the first and last names of all customers. So again, I go to my entity relationship diagram. In my entity relationship diagram, the first name is called first name, and last name is called last name. I've been requested to give the first name and last name, not the last name and first name, even though if you look at the data set, the last name field is before the first name field, but that doesn't matter. You could always change the sequence around. So I'll say, I want to select the first name, comma, the last name from customers YS. Oops. And here I get the first names and last names of all the customers.
Can you get only the first letter of the last name?
Again, those are string functions we have not yet learned.
But
Okay.
you can.
Yeah, of course. You know, we are not there yet. Okay. Some companies have the standard that they ask you whenever you write the table name, always write a qualified table name. What is a qualified table name? A qualified table name is that you write the name of the schema and then you write the name of the table. That's called the qualified name. So I'm writing Yusuf S. Customers YS. You guys will write ITPA. Customers YS. and let's run it, and you'll see the exact same output. It'll be no difference. But as a company standard, they want all the objects to be preceded by their schema names, so that they know who created the object or who has authority over the object, who is because the schemas are uniquely assigned to individuals, it'll become much easier for them to, when they're looking at the documentation, as to, who is the owner or who has right of access to it. Okay, that worked for everybody. Everybody with me, right, so far? I just want to make sure that nobody's falling behind.
Make sure you watch your commas. I keep getting stuck on my commas.
And I've been labeled as fast typer, so I have to be careful there, right?
No, you're a slow typer, I thought, right? That's
Yeah,
what
I'm a slow typer. I don't know why you guys told me that.
Yeah, if I ever run into Wendy, I'm gonna tell her, hey, so he types real slow. You know that, right?
Yeah, you can tell Wendy, I feel that guy is slow. Tell him to, start coding a little bit faster.
I'll tell her I think you're using just 3 fingers, your thumb and 2 fingers.
One finger from each
Oh,
hand.
one.
Two
Oh, there you
finger.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Saad has to start typing with a pencil.
Yes, then he'll be on the same level as the rest of us. No, I'm just kidding.
And then, I should probably also start doing something like this. Yeah, put it here. I can take it out like carpenters.
There you go.
Oh, when you put that there, my mind went a total different direction.
Okay. There's only one direction.
Oh, nice.
And they don't sing anymore.
They still sing.
They
In an
do?
hour when they're reminiscing. You're like, yeah. We used
I
to be
thought the band broke or something like that. No, they still are. Somebody left the band or something?
I don't know if they're still clicking, but that's not my kind of music anyway, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, okay. And to me, it doesn't really make a difference. I don't listen to music.
You don't listen to music?
Mm-mm.
Are you joking? I can't tell.
No, I'm not kidding.
No kinds of music whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
How do you drive your car?
So,
How do you drive your car?
He put podcasts on, that's what he does.
yeah, I basically, when I'm driving, either it's like nothing or it's something, I make my driving a learning experience. So I'm trying to listen to something like new information, new knowledge.
Okay, so like audiobooks or podcasts or something?
Not books, some kind of short knowledge base.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you're driving a road trip,
Todd, you're supposed to be paying attention to the road.
No, it's just knowledge, you're hearing it, you're not seeing it. So it's just like
I listen to
listening.
podcasts like 24/7, so
so you don't take road trips? If you take road trips, you put like, I mean, you're if you go on vacation with your kids on a road trip, what, they don't listen to music either?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's like an alien concept to me. Like I love listening to like, knowledgeable podcasts and books and like nonfiction books while I drive and stuff and learn. Like I totally hear you there. But sometimes I just need to zone out and listen to music.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, like for a number of years I stopped listening to music because music disturbs me.
Well, is it just the genres
How
that
Yeah.
does
you're
it disturb you?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I'm like the concept of what you just said can't even fathom in my mind. I'm like,
Exactly.
trying
Hurts
to-
my soul.
Are you sure you just haven't been shown like really terrible music for so long that you just kind of
no, I mean, when I used to listen, I never listened to some like heavy. I never like heavy metal or rock, or I never. I used to listen to maybe country or something softer, pop at the most, like pop music. But then
agree with that.
I stopped altogether. Several
Like Miley Cyrus was probably one of your favorite artists back then. Right?
I can't believe you don't listen to any music.
Mm,
Yeah, that's
like
unheard
not
of.
even classical or anything? Like I can get down with some classical every now and then. Not even that.
no.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, and then I don't listen to news either.
Well,
Uh,
I
that's
hear
the
you.
smart
I don't
choice.
listen
I
to
don't do
news
that
either.
either.
so I mean, that's why a lot of my friends, when they are going to work, they are on NPR, and I'm like, no, I mean, I don't listen to, because a lot of the time it's not a good news. They're breaking horrible news.
Yeah, I don't want to go to mad work or work mad. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like no
Exactly.
thank you.
Exactly. So so to keep myself positive, I would just go and read stuff online, like on some news sites every now and then. But I don't want that constant flow of negativity. So that's why I don't listen to the
Saad,
news.
I think you would seriously, and this is not a stupid recommendation, a podcast on Spotify called Songer and Crystal.
Mhm.
They're one is left, one is right, and they debate current topics. I think you would like it. It's current news without any of the weird, crazy, bad stuff. It's
Yeah,
really
that'll be
based on
nice.
political.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
I think you would enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say you would like a podcast called Abe Lincoln's Top Hat. It's part of a podcast network called Last Podcast Network. It's my favorite podcast network ever. Some of their podcasts within themselves are a little more on the R-rated side, but Abe Lincoln's Top Hat is solely political, news based, and very non-biased.
Okay.
Also Neil deGrasse Tyson's podcast. I like his stuff. Good science stuff.
I'm not Stardust. I'm not listening to that.
And one of the
Okay.
reasons I stopped listening to a lot of these songs is because of their thoughts.
Your what?
They're what's?
Like the message.
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, the message, the kind of language they're using. I mean,
Sure.
I don't actually, it's
So I take it you have like a swear jar in your house. If somebody swears, they have to like.
well, we don't swear.
No, never.
No, never.
Man,
Not in his vocabulary.
No, it's just yeah. We
said
don't have
son
any
of a
swear words.
snitch.
We don't have any swear words in our vocabulary.
wow.
That
I mean,
was
like
not-
at the most strongest word could be like stupid. That's it.
my dad taught my dad said a lot worse, so it kind of like I learned a lot worse. I have like kind of a mouth of a sailor.
Yeah, my uncle who lived with us for a while was a mechanic, so I feel like I got a real early start on that one.
I know I used to teach mathematics for trades to a lot of the operators and welders, and it was so difficult for me sometimes to teach them because of their language habits.
It's very colorful.
It's like, I mean, like, I'm like,
I
can
used
you
to-
not please use that language in the classroom? Thank you.
Hey, now,
Like-
I mean, come on. Would you know that I fixed cars for over 10 years? And I also know how to weld and did a lot of welding at the farm and stuff. I mean, I know how to turn it on and turn it off.
Oh,
Yeah. No, for
I
sure.
have
but
a language that I'm comfortable with, and I push the envelope a little bit, but I think for the most part, I try and keep it a little PG, maybe PG-13.
You
I
know,
used to work on construction sites every now and then. I'd like pop in and out of them. And some days when it's like super hot in the middle of the summer and they're pouring, concrete and they're doing all the things, or if something breaks, it's just the strings of words that they put together. I would never have thought. It's creative, honestly, in like a really vulgar way, but
You're just
it's
miserable.
oh yeah, I don't blame them.
and also the the letters that then they would use in that language. I mean, like the certain words. That word is a replacement of 100 words, so you basically start doing bad in your vocabulary.
Yeah, it's like an evolution of English
It's
on its own. It's like its own little branch of English. Absolutely.
It's like that one word is like so many words. Yeah, so absolutely. So anyway, I know. Anytime I tell this to anybody, they're like, how is it possible? I said, I don't know. That's how I am. To me, inner peace is very important. So anything that disturbs the inner peace, I go away from that.
I totally respect it. No judgment.
And again, it's just me. I know everybody's different. Anyway, so yeah. So a long time ago, I decided that I will, because I used to commute from Chicago to Kenosha 6 days a week. It was 125 miles when I first started working at Gateway. So I decided back then, that was some 20 years ago, that I will turn my commute time to learn time. And it doesn't have to be related to IT. In fact, I do not listen to anything related to IT.
Are you actually almost 70?
Little more, right?
Go
Dude, there's
cat.
he had Wendy as a student, bro.
What?
Yes, this is what I'm saying. This is weird.
No way.
I
Yeah.
won't lie. I'm a sucker for NPR.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Wendy was my student.
I listen.
Why don't you just tell us? Why don't you just tell us your age, man? Because there's no way you're like.
Wendy could have been older when
Yeah,
mattered.
so that's
Yeah,
that's
right? Yeah,
Get
probably.
people,
Yeah.
get people older than He's
Yeah.
probably like around my age, man.
I
I'm
don't know.
thinking.
I mean,
Yeah,
Wendy had a
counts.
career before she became a teacher. At least that's what I
Yeah,
recollected
but like
from what she told
career
me.
in something else, not in what
Yeah,
she's doing.
No,
Yeah.
she
She's
talked
just
about career
learning.
in the technology and programming field.
Yes, she did had a career in technology and programming.
Yeah, but what department? I mean, he's technology too, but maybe a different part of the technology, because So I don't
That's
believe.
fair. I'll agree with that.
So.
But he says he's almost 70. The fact that she said that,
Man,
that's too much
Okay.
correlation. That's too much coincidence.
he doesn't swear, but he lies. He's lying right now. Look at
No,
it.
I'm not lying. I'm close. I didn't say how close.
He's just being
calling you out right now, Saad.
No,
being vague.
Close is a relative term, not an absolute term.
I've met him in person, and he's not old. He's like we looks like the same age. I don't know. Maybe he's a little
You
bit older
never
than
know.
me. Maybe.
You never know.
Yeah.
Plus, he's whatever. He looks young as hell in person, man. So I doubt that. I doubt he's even remotely close to 70.
Remotely just let's put it like this. I am from the last century. I'm 100 years old, right there.
Who was
A lot
president?
of us
when
are
you were
from the
born?
last century.
Who was president when you were born?
So
Yeah, who was president when you were born? Let's go with that.
I was the president.
What a twist.
Because I had the precedence.
All right.
And I was the operator. So I was right at the top of the PEMDAS food chain.
These are really bad puns.
I know. Just keep going.
That's okay. let's take a break, and then when we come back, we will going to then work a little bit more. We're gonna add some operators to the SQL statements. So we're gonna look at that at 7:50. Okay. And we were talking about selecting fields, all the fields. And I said when we come back, we will be working with operators. So in Java or C# or CL or RPG, you have operators to concatenate strings. Even at the SQL level, you have concatenation operators. In the first version of SQL or the earlier versions of SQL, the concatenation operator used to look like, which is still works fine, like a pipe, like a pipe symbol. I don't know why it is doing slash here. Oh, because it italicizes it. Okay, so it just looks like a pipe symbol, okay? Which is like an OR in Java or C#. So if I were to concatenate the first name and last name together and display it in the same field, I could type select first name, concatenate last name from customers YS. However, there is a little problem when I do it this way, because it will then put first name and last name as one big word. It doesn't automatically apply the spacing. So for that, I would have to concatenate it again and put a little space in between the two, like a single quote space. Spaces are given with single quotes, not with double quotes. Double quotes are reserved for only one purpose, and we have already seen that on lines 26 and 27 for giving column aliases. Okay, that's what the double quotes are reserved for. So now it gives you the first name, last name, and it concatenates it with a space in between. However, look at the column name. The column name is 00001 because you have concatenated it. And this would be a good place to give an alias like as full name. Now, full name is only one word long, so I do not need the double quotes. Double quotes are required. I can put it in double quotes, but double quotes are required only if it's multi-word name. For example, customer states is multi-word, so double quotes were required. Here, double quotes are optional. So when I run it now, it will give me full name as a heading and all the fields. So this is the concatenation operator. What could be a problem that you could be writing using concatenation operator? Let's say if you are given a task, list all customer full names in the following format. Last name, comma, first name. So list all customer full names in the following format. So we, by looking at the entity relationship diagram, know that there is no field called full name. There isn't. But we do have last name and first name as two separate fields, which we can then concatenate in the following order: that select last name, concatenate that with a comma and a space, and concatenate that with first name, alias as full name from the table. And here we get the output. Now, with time, as Unicode characters were introduced and databases were done in more than one languages, the vertical bars started posing problems. So let me write in the comments so that you have it with you that what are the problems with vertical bars. So vertical bars, or in some countries, SQL standards has evolved to an extent where they don't use vertical bars. You use some other characters in place of the vertical bars. They can cause parsing errors, especially in statements when you pass them from one database to another. And when does this problem actually occurs? Um, I would say, I'll put it this way, okay. So in the later versions of SQL, concat operator was introduced. So I could rewrite the exact same by using the concat operator. It doesn't have to be in uppercase. And it does exactly the same thing, no difference. So everybody got this? Now let me give you a query I'll give you a statement and then you will translate that into a query. Okay. Your supervisor wants to see the customer data in the following format. Customer number so and so lives in city so and so. So that's how you should display all customers. Let me clear your feedbacks and let's see how many of you can solve this yourself. So customer number, I concatenate that with a field. What field do I concatenate it with? Customer number. Concatenate that with lives in city. Concatenate that with city as, of course, because it's a concatenated field, so I can give some kind of a heading to like customer cities or something like that from customers YS. So city off, I think, will be better. In the city of something like that. Okay. City of So that basically is one way to do this. I can also use a or like concatenation vertical bars operator. Okay, now let me bring that same instruction from line number 43 again on line 49. This was using the bar operator, right? And then we replaced it with this one. There's a third way also that I want to show you here, which is not available in all databases, but DB2 does it. It's called concat built-in function. So DB2 has actually also created a built-in function for concatenation. And concatenation function can take only 2 parameters. How many parameters do I need here in this statement? Line 50. How many parameters do I have that I'm concatenating? How many values am I concatenating? Let me put it this way.
Well, it's last name, first name, and then the comma space, so 3.
So 3. Okay, so and concatenate function can only take 2 values. So this is what I can do. I can call the concatenate function and I can say concatenate that I want to concatenate last name with, okay, and then after that, no, hold a second, no. Yeah, after that I can do another concat call as a second parameter, and in the second parameter of the concat I can say that I'm concatenating with the first name, like that.
You put that name.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So last name. So last name will wait for this concatenation operator to return its output. So this will run first. It will return its output back in this spot, which will then allow it to concatenate with the last name. So yeah, that's the concatenation function. Okay, I am giving you a task, and can you write SQL query for the comment I gave you on line 52? Okay. So what should I write in my statement here? Select.
Could I just tell you what I did?
Help me build this query.
Select title as, and then the double quote and title of books.
See, that's good. Title of books in double quotes. Okay.
Yeah, and then I did a comma and category from books.
Okay, that's it. Oops, I made a mistake here. Okay, here we go. Got it. Now, next, I want to know each book's title along with its selling price. So I want each book's title along with its selling price.
Is this a join?
No, no. I will not give you anything that I haven't taught. So if you look at the books table, which items represent dollar amounts?
The cost,
And
retail,
retail. Between the two, which one is considered to be the selling price?
The min retail and the max retail.
No. Only in the books table.
Oh, the retail.
retail.
Retail, exactly. So sometimes you are given a question where the words used in the problem statement do not directly match the field name. And that's the catch here. Okay, so I purposely did not use the word retail because sometimes you have to connect the dots like that. So basically what you're doing is you are selecting the title and the retail from books. That's what you're doing basically. But the problem was not given to you in that format. Okay. Select unique states of customers. How will I write this query?
Select distinct
Uh-huh.
state
Uh-huh.
from customers sys.
Yeah. So customers. YS. Okay. Now I use YS for my last name and my first name.
I know, I've just been reading it as customer sys in my head this whole time, so.
Well, that works too. Customer sys. Okay. So this will do it. Okay. Now a slight modification to line 58. Select unique states of customers and organize them in alphabetical order. So the question that I will ask before I write the query, which order, ascending or descending, right?
Ascending.
So it doesn't say is that, but I will ask that question. If ascending, then I'm going to write one query. And if descending, I'm going to write the second query, okay? So select distinct state from customers. To organize by alphabetical order, after the table name, we use an order by clause, order by. And then you write the name of the field that you want to display in alphabetical order. So when you run this, you'll see that all the states are in ascending order. When you just say order by and a field name, it automatically does ascending. But if you want to do it in descending order, then after the field name, you have to write DESC for descending. Okay. Now I'm giving you another task to solve. Let me clear your previous feedback. So what should I write here, guys? A lot of you are done.
I did select title. And then I know we could have done it with the nesting concats, but I just did concat and then single quote, space, yep. And then the other single quote, concat, category. And then the other end, yep. And then I just made it as title and category. Yep, and then from books.
Oops, I misspelled the category.
And from.
And from. Okay. Can I mix and match? Can I use like concat and vertical bars? Can I mix and match?
If you want to.
Yeah, it wouldn't complain. Now, let me show you guys. If I do that, okay, it'll just work fine. It'll work just fine. Yeah. But not that we do it, I'm just showing you that can be done. Okay. So I want to display with each book title the amount I spend along with the amount I will be selling it for. So notice I wrote it very differently than your field names. So can you guys tell me what should be the equal and select command? So what should I write here?
Select title, comma
Oh.
cost, comma retail from books.
Awesome. So I worded it slightly differently. I want to know what is the current retail for each book. So sometime people will just write retail right away. But if you just write retail right away from books, for example, you're just displaying retail values. You're not displaying which book it is. So even though it's not stated, but it would be wise to also include the title. Okay. Now it is asking that for every book, I want to know its current retail, and I also want to know a 10% increase in the retail. So all you will do is you will repeat the retail times 1.1. So 1 is the current value, 0.1 is a 10% increase. Some people will write it in parentheses. Some people will write it without parentheses. Some people will add a 0. All of these are different ways of writing it. Okay. And you can give it an alias like new price. Sometimes you may see something like this where, prices go up temporarily, and they would want to show all the prices with the 10% hike. So in that case, they may hide the middle field and will only say, okay, the title, and they will show you the high prices. If it's not permanent, if they're permanently increasing the price, then they will run an update query and will update the price all over. So the previous prices are overwritten by the new price. Similarly, we are running a sale event. All book prices are reduced by 10%. Okay. Display book title and 10% reduced price. So how will I write this one?
You want me to tell you now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Select title, retail times 0.1.
No, that is 10% of the price. I don't want to sell my books at 10%
I
of the
see what
price.
you're saying. Okay.
0.9.
Yes. Retail times 0.9. As sale price.
Is there a function to round the
Yeah, yeah, there are, again, you know, I have not started working with built-in functions yet,
Okay.
but it's coming,
Okay, sorry.
okay?
We're eager, Saad. We're eager.
I mean, like, it's perfectly fine to be eager. I just wanted you to be, you know, like, clear that, you know, it's coming.
You're like Yoda. You're like, you're not ready for what's coming.
So next, display each book with its profit.
So you'll select title, comma, retail minus cost
Absolutely.
as profit from book.
Yes, 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 yes. Awesome, cool. So sometimes what is asked is not there as it is, but you can get to it. Is everybody following okay here? So I will give you one more problem to solve yourself here.
All right, I think we
Okay, so
got
you're gonna say
Okay, go for it.
select title, comma, retail as a current retail.
Is it again? Oh, retail, okay,
Yeah,
retail
as a current
as
retail.
as current retail, okay. Then,
Sir.
oh, my internet is going bad again.
And then retail plus
So it's retail times 10% increase.
plus retail. I mean, I did it out the way, but it works the same.
Yeah. New price. Okay. And then
Then you're gonna add that to the retail.
I forgot the as,
as is not required.
oh, it's not. Oh, okay.
Well,
okay,
so
sorry.
if even though you don't put
So I
as,
did
it's
it
gonna
as
do it.
and I did it without as. They're both fine.
Okay.
So we displayed the title, the retail, the 10% increase, and the difference of 10% increase in cost. Want to do something a little bit more complicated than this?
Sure.
Let's see if you guys can solve this problem.
All right, let me give it a shot.
Not yet. Just let's give everybody maybe a couple more minutes. There's only one person or two people done yet. Okay, Tony, go ahead.
So we're gonna select the title retail costs and the profit.
Title, retail, cost. Okay. And the profit. The profit would be what?
Retail minus cost as
Okay.
profit.
Retail minus cost as profit. Okay. Now,
And then we're gonna do retail minus cost divided by cost as percentage profit from books.
divide by cost as percentage of profit from books.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have used double quotes, not single quotes. Okay. Now, that is not percentage, it's in decimal, so I probably should do what?
Round it.
Multiplied by 100 to give a true percentage. And
Can't see in everything.
then concatenate that with a percent symbol. Oops. My God, I should probably have not done that. And select all. There we go. Okay. Now, we have over here, this is a very long formula in a way, along with a concatenation. And this would be a good place to answer your question about rounding. So what I can do is I can actually enclose all of this calculations in a function called round. And then I can say I want to round to 2 decimal places. And here you can see, okay. Now, later on in, not tonight, probably later on, we will learn how you can truncate these extra zeros, but maybe not tonight. We are not there yet. But since we were on the subject, I just wanted to show you guys the round function.
I don't know why mine is like, oh, never mind. It is rounding. It's just the zeros threw me off.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. You know, all those extra zeros, we will learn how to remove those, but not tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Now, for those of you who are done with this one, can you work on the next one?
My last one didn't run.
Say that
Because
again.
the last one that we did, not the one that you have up now, but I was
Right.
trying to figure it out, but I couldn't figure out why.
And you wrote it the way I wrote it and it's not working for you?
Yeah, I was rechecking it right now and I don't see it made it. Unless I'm missing something.
You probably are missing something. Check again.
Okay.
Did you find it, Desmond?
I don't see I don't see I miss anything.
Okay. Share your screen. Let's look at it together.
Okay.
Okay. You know, when you started a parentheses after round, that parentheses should close after number 2.
You mean like right here?
No. After number 2. You see number 2 there?
Yeah.
Yeah. After number 2, you should close the parentheses. Not following what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
here. Yeah, right there. Correct.
okay. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. So what do I write for this one? Select all customers living in the state of Florida. Okay, I can give you half of the answer.
I wasn't sure what you meant by customers, so I did first and
sorry.
last.
Yeah.
Customers.
Select first, comma, last name.
And I could do everything about customers too.
Yeah, that's true. And then I did it as Florida customers as far as like the title, because I did like first last name together. But then, yep, exactly. Made it more complicated than I needed to.
So did I, and it kept erroring out. So I thought I was doing something wrong, but I don't know what I was doing.
Oh yeah, that way it's easy, huh?
Yeah, super easy.
I did it different.
Sometimes we overthink when it comes to SQL. It's so common. But yeah, it will take some time. So for example, I want to see everything about customer 1010. I mean, like it's a very, very simple English-like statement. I'll see everything about customer 1010. So when I say everything, I mean like everything, right? Now, when I'm using specific customer number, it has to be a where clause. Which field in the customer's YS table hold data like 1010?
Customer
Customer
number.
Customer number, okay? Which, according to my diagram, is customer and a hashtag, right? So I will use the same one. Customer hashtag equals to 1010. So that's everything about that one particular customer.
So because it's numeric, it doesn't, or is it because it's a primary key?
No, it's because it's a number. That's why it doesn't need single quotes. If it was a character field, then it would need a single quotes. Can you run a report to show me all books published on June 12th, 2007? So first of all, I need to go back to my books table and I need to see is there anything through which I could pull the publication date? And then I see that there is a publication date for every book that is stated right within the books table. So I'm like, okay, so I can probably run this information. So she wants to see a report on all the books, so I can just do a select star from books. However, the person who wants the report needs for a specific publication date. So I have to use a where clause. The name of the field is drinking house date. So how should I put the drinking house date?
In single quotes, 2007
Okay.
dash 06 dash 12.
Aha. So that's an ISO format. And here I have
So I know that it's usually like the like default is ISO, right? Okay. I know that's the case in like the IBMI, so I wasn't
Right.
sure.
and again, this is housed in IBMI.
That's true. That's true. I think my brain is just starting to shut down.
Luckily, the class ends at 9:30, not at 10 o'clock as it used to be. When I first started at Gateway, the night classes used to be from 6 to 10.
Ugh, that extra half
Oof.
hour just seems so much later.
So by the time we would wrap up and leave, it would be like 10:20. And since I was living in Chicago, by the time I would get home would be like 11:30-ish.
Oh my gosh.
And then I would have a next day morning class at like 9 or 8 o'clock. I have to get up like around 6. Oh man, it was just like,
That's too much. That's too much. I'm glad you don't have to do that anymore. That's crazy.
yeah.
My husband used to do something similar. He worked in civil engineering. So he used to be, we live in Kenosha. He used to have to go to Chicago, like Elk Grove Village area. It used to take him an hour about each way. And he had to be there by 5 in the morning because the crews were already out. And he would come home. So every day he would leave by 3:40 just to give himself a little bit of time. It was a nightmare.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough, you know. I mean, like those hours are very tough. I mean, I could not do that early morning.
No, and then it sucked because in the summer when the sun doesn't set till like 9 o'clock, he'd be like, "All right, put the dark like blinds up because I have to go to bed by like 8:30 to get up." You know what I mean? So it
Yeah,
was rough. But
absolutely.
now he works remote, so
Oh, okay. Cool. That's good. That's good. Is he building is he doing construction in Second Life now?
I don't think so.
That he can do remote.
Yeah. Good one.
Is Second Life even relevant anymore?
I have not heard about it in years. I don't know. Is it still out there?
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't heard about it in a long time. Okay. Now, pull me list of books that cost more than $25. Again, you know, I'm writing stuff in simple plain English, giving you guys more and more chances of converting that into an equivalent code. So let's see. The pull me list of books. Pull me list of books should automatically translate to select star from books, right? That cost. So now I have some limitation in place, so that should automatically translate into where. When it says cost more than 25, so cost and 25 I know are there, and semicolon is there. Which operator do we use for more than?
The greater than.
Greater than, exactly.
That'd be interpreted different if you were speaking in the terms of what a retail book would cost for a consumer.
Then you'll be pull me list of books that sell for more than 25
Okay, cool.
versus cost more than 25.
So just to be sure, is greater than equal to just the greater than symbol and the equals?
Yes, yes. I mean, like exactly the same way you have in Java or C#, you have it the same way here. So these are the operators you have: greater than, less than, greater than, equals to, less than, equals to. For equals to, you only have one equals to. Like Java, you don't have to use two equals to, okay? And this would be not equals to, just like it's in Java or C#, okay? However, some databases also allow you for this symbol for not equals to. So this basically became a not equal to symbol because it says that I am either less than or I am greater than, but I'm not equals to. So that's how this symbol, you know, came about. Or show me list of books that sell for less than $15. Okay. So show me list of books. So that automatically translates as this. That means where. Now when it says sell for, that's retail, right? Less than 15. I mean, SQL is kind of a branch. Either you love it or hate it.
I honestly don't mind it. It's takes
Is it a
time just like
break?
anything, but it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, had to break from all the crazy commas and apostrophes and scriptlet splicing and all that fun stuff.
And again, you are doing simple stuff, first of all. Second of all SQL statements are single statements. So they don't, SQL is not a procedural language. So you don't have loops and if conditions and arrays and all of that stuff. So that's sort of kind of, different in nature. It really gets complicated when you have to do complicated stuff and you only can do it in one instruction. And you will get to see that as we move forward. Again, this is only your week 1 into select commands.
Well, so far so good.
So far, so good. I know. I mean, like, it's just like, for some people, it just really makes sense, right? So go ahead and convert this English statement into its equivalent SQL statement.
Do you want an answer?
Let's wait for a minute. Let's give other people a little bit more time.
So just to be sure, it's our cost, not the customer cost, right?
Correct. That'll be retail. So what the cost the customer incurs would be retail. Okay, go ahead. What do you have, Tony?
Select all from books where cost
Okay,
is greater than or equal to 18 and cost is less than or equal to 30.
okay, cool. Okay. Works great. And this is one way to solve this. So I'm gonna put a little comment here called solution 1. Let's look at an alternate solution for the same problem. And that will be using a slightly different built-in operator, which is called between operator, okay? Where cost between 18 and, I should say 30, not 39, 30. Okay, so the between operator works only and only if you have an inclusive range. If this was greater than 18 and less than 30, then, between would not be a good solution. So that's another way of doing the same stuff with the help of between operator. You don't have to repeat the column name twice, and it just works great. Okay. Can you display all fitness books? Awesome. Victor, you got it. Beautiful. Today is the 9th. Okay. We did not get to finish everything that I wanted to do. So what I will do is I will extend the assignment for 2 weeks, assignment number 3. So what I want you guys to do now is, however much you can, based on what we have learned this far, you will incorporate, you will do those problems. And anything that we didn't get to do, then after next week's class, you will be able to do those. So that's why I extended the assignment to last for 2 weeks. Okay. But review number 3, you can do review number 3 this week. That should be fine. So I'm opening review number 3. Okay.
Did we get review 2 yet?
Yeah. Yeah, that was assigned.
Oh, that's due, right? That's
Yeah,
due. Okay, I know what I'm doing right now.
It's due tonight. Now let me show you guys how you will be turning in your assignment. Okay. So when you're turning in your assignment or you're building your assignment, let me open a Word document here. And it's exactly like the way it is in the book. So first of all, for every problem, you will be creating multiple rows. Let's say you have 4 rows. So it's like, okay, what problem is a question number? For example, you're solving question number 1. Okay. What is the problem statement? So for example, display all books. Okay, so that's your problem. SQL. So you're going to come here and let's say if this is your SQL, you grab that and you put it here. Okay. And then output. So what you'll do is, for example, if I ran this, select start from books, and it displayed this output, right? So I can come to Microsoft Word and I can take a screenshot right here. You know, it just gives me one of the open windows. If it doesn't give me that, I can click on, you know, screen clipping, and I can get this screenshot here, and that gets inserted in that little box, the fourth box, just like that.
Is it okay if we didn't turn our last assignment in like this? Like if it
No,
was
no, no.
kind of.
Oh, no. I'm saying moving forward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the assignment number 3 onwards. So when I ask you for the select like problems, so that's where you want to, I mean, like you'll mention the question number, the problem that I gave you, your solution in SQL, and your output. And then you can just move on to the next one. And then, okay, hold on a second, let me just, should have done this before, start working on the tables. Let me see, there should be a way to come out of the table. Yeah, delete table row. Okay. And like that, you know, for example, if you have 10 questions, then you can copy this and paste it 10 times, and then keep changing the question number, the problem, the SQL, and the output. Did everybody follow that? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, you know, if you don't have access to Word, you can do pretty much something very similar in Google Doc. But do not turn in your stuff in Google Doc format, because, you know, then it becomes very difficult for me to first then download the ODT format and then upload it to the Google Drive and then be able to see. It's just like becomes a mess. Okay, so you do not need to turn in anything. You just need to start working on your assignment. And then after next week, you'll learn enough to be able to complete the assignment. And then you will turn it in. So that's why the due date for assignment that I'm assigning you today is 23rd. Let me go back to the assignments, and I want to make sure that it is 23rd for assignment 3. Yeah, it is 23rd. Okay, cool. Okay, guys. I think you can do till question 5. You can easily do the first 5 questions. And then after that, maybe you can also do question 7. I mean, like, go through the list, you know, I mean, like, whatever you think that relates to, you know, that, because when I put those questions in, I didn't put it in the same order based on the stuff that we did in class today. So, you know, okay.
Sounds good.
Cool.